Very good. Okay. Well, look, good morning, everybody. And first, the usual housekeeping notes. Can you stay on mute, please, so that we can hear the presentation? And when we come to Q&A, just raise a hand or put your name into the chat and we'll get around to you. Okay, today we're in the world of horse racing, the sport of kings, as it has been known. We have a website design challenge on behalf of Coolmore Stud, a remarkable Irish success story and something to be very proud of on several fronts. It's worth setting the scene here as there may be a thought, it's just a website, is that it? The answer is firmly no. This website is a front engine for a huge business. Coolmore, based in Feathered in Tipperary, is the headquarters of the world's largest breeding operation of thoroughbred racehorses. It has had many classic race winners and champions, too numerous to mention, and it has very large operations in the US and Australia. It must be the envy of racing operators all around the world, and it's promoting that image of Ireland where thoroughbred horses gallop across the green rolling fields. These days, the sport of kings is more egalitarian, but it's still a huge money industry. So, what am I saying here? Imagine a website that will cater to the interests of Arabian princes and savvy horse rating punters and trainers and breeders and buyers. What do they expect to see? And what should the website for the world's most successful stud farm look like? Let's hear from the people involved directly. We have with us Greg Henry and Serena Stack from Primus Advertising and Marketing, who handle all the marketing for Coolmore Stud. Over to you, Greg.
Hi guys. I just want to confirm, is my screen sharing at the moment?
Yeah.
Okay, great. Yeah, so what we need essentially is an elite website. So we like to say we have an elite brand, we have elite products, and there's a transformation period currently going on. The racing industry is usually one of the slower industries to change, but everyone is aware that digital now is becoming more needed than ever, and our website is probably falling a little bit behind. So we want an elite website. We are currently going through a data overhaul in our systems also, so we want to create this website in conjunction with that. We need to have a better user experience. We need to increase engagement, and we need to boost our conversion rates. So currently we've taken a whole new I suppose direction, and social media and digital marketing have become a pillar in our business that have evolved over time that previously weren't there. And essentially we want to increase the amount of nominations per stallion, and we are using social media to drive this, and we are driving people to our website through social media. And unfortunately at the moment our website isn't up to scratch. So it's kind of like it's going full circle, but in my opinion the circle isn't connected at the end. We have everything that we need, we have everything that people want, but the end goal where we're driving them to is below par. So obviously our primary focus is our current clients, potential clients, and then to maintain an elite presence throughout the industry and other industries. Also, again, as I spoke about social media and the digital side of things, it's now more important than ever to cater towards the fans also. And we're aware at times in the racing industry, it is kind of numbers are depleting across breeders, owners, race goers, numbers of different horses in the races. So the fact that we need to cater towards this younger demographic to increase the fan base and hope that that fan base then becomes a client base is very, very important. Our website currently, it probably has 90% of what we want on it and in the back end. but it's just displayed in, it's just not user friendly. So for those of you that don't know, our current database, and it kind of spans across 4 different areas. So there's a Coolmore Ireland jurisdiction, there's one in America, and there's one in Australia. And then we've also been looking after the Ballydoyle Racing website too. That last leg is a different topic, but we can get to that later. So essentially, I suppose this is our brief here, and I know you guys have gone through it. But in a perfect world, we would love the ability to have potentially customer and client logins throughout our Coolmore database. So if you had a mare, you would be able to log in and you would have your horse's information there. Potentially, you could have the veterinary bills, invoices, blood work. You could receive notifications based on that horse's breeding about how the offspring perform. You would get notifications and updated paperwork if that mare has a foal, when that foal becomes a yearling, etc., when those horses race. So it would be a kind of not a one size fits all, but you're kind of one-stop shop. We have all this information. We've had it for 40 years, but we've never been able to effectively use it. And again, I come back to it now more than ever, having that customer relationship and making the customer feel important and wanted is so important. And if we have a website and a CRM system and a database that all intertwines, and we're able to do that, almost in an automated system, well, then for us, the customer is going to come back. So again, I suppose that's a brief overview of kind of where we stand. Serena, I'm not sure if you want to go into anything deeper, or if Eugene, you want me to go into any more detail kind of in the finer things, but essentially on a full scale basis, that's kind of where we'd be.
No, I think you've given an excellent overview without actually getting into the detail. And I also appreciate that there's a technical person from Primus that's not available today. So if we have technical questions that need to be dealt with, we'll deal with them either by email afterwards. Serena, is there anything you wanted to add?
No, I suppose, I don't know if this is helpful or not, but if maybe I could just highlight some of the kind of places where we fell down with kind of maybe past web developers. Would that be any help, or kind of issues that we encountered? Or so I suppose with the nature of the Coolmore website, and especially with the kind of direction it's going in, the CRM system will have to talk to the website, and that's kind of another kind of project that's being worked in Coolmore. I suppose we'd require quite a high level of service. We'd like to kind of, have a contact person that we can reach out to, and we get quite a good response. We kind of feel in the past we've gone with companies and they've promised us the world, and next time we've signed up and gradually just the level of service drops off. So just, I suppose, in terms of that, to just say what our expectation is, we require a high level of service.
Yeah, we were talking just before we came on the webinar that I think you, Greg and Serena, you were saying that you have time on this, and therefore you're not going to be pressured into anything. It's more important to get it right.
Yeah, we want to do this. We want to do this properly. I think before I mentioned it was a quick fix, and it was kind of plastering over cracks with, adding a jurisdiction, adding Ballydoyle, adding a new homepage, opening up a file box on the homepage to put in a video because a video was needed to be seen, but whoever was looking for it didn't have the patience or the know-how to find it. And there's been a lot of little teething problems where we've just kind of been, again, just plastering over and over and over, and now it's just a big kind of web of tangled mess. And as I said, we have all that information. It's all there, but it's just kind of embedded into itself. And then also, like, this year was the first year where for the Australian jurisdiction, we did a digital brochure. And after the fact, I've done quite a lot of research on the different digital brochures for elite brands, because that is where we hold ourselves. And the more and more I looked at it, these digital brochures were the website, if that makes sense. You know, the brochure was embedded in the website. So you shouldn't need a brochure to give you all this information about the year that's gone by and all this statistics and information. It should be your website. So it's just a bit of a mess at the moment, and we don't have the expertise to do it ourselves.
Well, yeah, look, I think anybody that's looked at the website would actually have said that it's quite good today. And therefore, I think what you want to get to is, I think elite is the correct word, kind of the Rolls Royce of the thoroughbred racing industry is what has to be achieved. It's a pretty high bar, but we're confident that there are companies in the audience there today that would like to have a go at it and to put forward some ideas. On that note, we might just start the Q&A if there are any questions. I don't see anything coming into the chat, and I'm not sure that I see any hands raised.
Helen Gavin has a question has just popped into the chat.
Thank you.
Great, Helen. Yeah, go ahead, please. Thanks.
Thank you. Thanks, guys, for a great presentation and a really good overview. I just have a couple of questions. You've said that you're doing some work on your data. Can I ask, do you have a CRM system in place and what it might be?
We do have a CRM system in place, but it's actually an industry-specific one. It's called Ardex. So it's not like a general one. I don't know if you guys would have heard of it. It's more tailored to the kind of horse racing breeding operations. Like, you can say all the barns in Coolmore for the like mare work and all that. They record all the blood work, the scanning, all that kind of thing goes into it, and then that feeds back into the main office. So yeah.
So ideally for you guys, you'd like that to integrate with like a back end kind of customer login area on the website where they can view all of that. Can I ask, have you thought about like remote camera access or remote video access or anything like that through the site as well for each of the individual horses or anything like that?
I don't think that would be an option.
That's not. Yeah, that's fine. Perfect.
It would be more just a client portal that you'd log in and you could like see your profile, your billing, say how your mare is getting on, you know, so like there's certain times that you scan your mare and then like you know she's in foal, and then also you probably like the option to be able to email them like breeding updates. So in horse racing you have a pedigree and they can get updates, which is, you know, positive information, and a kind of it would show that, you know, kind of really good customer service.
Yeah, that sounds great.
And even Helen, even the ability to sign a contract. You know, you know that, like, again, I wasn't joking when I said it is an industry that is slow to move. And like it may not ever happen in a perfect world, to actually book a nomination for a stallion online. So even the opportunity to capture the potential customer isn't there at the moment. So these are things we're looking at as well. You know, in our website, we'd love the ability to be able to see which pages are generating more clicks, you know, how long people are staying on them for. And then at least this could, you know, lead in for our sales team to angle their approach about, you know, who's going onto the website, how long they're staying for, what stallions they're looking at.
Perfect.
You know, we don't have probably enough triggers on the website for people to leave their information. You know, I'd love to get a call. Here's my number. This is my name. It's just essentially, it's just like a book on your screen. You know, we're not getting any real data or information out of it.
And can I ask, do you guys have Google Analytics? Or do you have Google Analytics running on
We
that?
do, yes.
Yeah,
Yeah.
okay, perfect. And can I ask just one other question as well, just around the location? You've got just on the brief there, you say geolocation. Do you want a customer in a certain country to
So-
end up on a specific country site, or are you happy for it to be so if I'm in America, do I get the American side? That's ideally what you want from that. Is that right?
Yeah, well, we have that. Yeah, that's there currently in place. So
Oh,
if
is
you're
it?
in
Okay.
Australia, you're directed to the Australian site, America,
Ah,
and then I think anywhere in Europe you're directed to the Irish site.
that's perfect. Okay, that's great. And can I just ask one other question? Just and this is probably around the data again. Just does your CRM system interlink with anything? Like, does your CRM system interlink with your analytics or anything? Do you have like a looker? I don't know if you've heard of that data studio kind of setup that interlinks maybe all of your social channels, all of your CRM system, your website data all into one, or any campaigns you'd be running all into one dashboard or anything like that?
Not at the moment, but it's
Yeah.
something we'd love to work towards, and we are kind of looking at different avenues with that at the moment. At
Perfect.
the moment, we use our CRM system to pull client data for like mailing lists and things like that, but nothing
More than that.
else. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, that's perfect. Okay, I don't have any other questions. Thank you so much.
No,
Thank you,
yeah,
Helen.
well done, Helen. I think you've covered a lot that a lot of other people, a lot of questions on behalf of other people there. So well done. I see John Finnegan has a question. John,
Yeah,
do you want to go ahead?
Hi, everybody. Yeah, thanks a million. Yeah, mine was a little bit around the data. It was just, had you done much analysis with the existing site in terms of the top intents, what people were looking for, and had you ranked that, and, in orders of, importance to you and all that kind of stuff? Have you done that kind of data analysis with the traffic that you already have in place?
I don't know that the exact answer for you, John, but I would be on the side of no, in terms of an in-depth analysis of the data that we have currently.
Okay. No, that's fine. Yeah, no
Yeah.
problem.
Again, in terms of the industry, it's still quite slow to even react to data,
Yeah, no, absolutely. And is it a seasonal type of business? Like, are there periods of very high traffic volumes and?
Yeah, it's very seasonal. But the fact that so the Australian American season, the breeding season, would be the same, and then the Australian one is a separate hemisphere. So then so there's essentially no down period really.
Okay, very good. And just in terms of my last question is, have you thought about conversational AI, using other channels as well as the website, WhatsApp and Instagram, Facebook, and obviously Twitter is massive in the racing world. Had you thought about using those channels to communicate with your customers?
Yeah, so we have all of those. Sorry, we have all of those channels. So we've got Twitter for the 3 jurisdictions and the racing arm, Instagram for the 3 and the racing arm, Facebook for the 3. We have LinkedIn just for Coolmore as a whole. We have Coolmore TV on YouTube, and then there is kind of potential for TikTok across the 3. Just haven't quite gotten there yet.
It's probably more, I'm more thinking in terms of conversational AI, where a customer can access back-end data over WhatsApp directly with you. They're authenticated and they can come in and they can kind of have that website experience, but where they're logging in a portal, but they can do it over these channels securely. Is that something that's on the roadmap at all?
Not that that's not something I was even aware was possible, John, to be honest.
Okay. Yeah, no, it's definitely possible.
Would that be like like an AI kind of chat bot
correct.
on the website?
Yeah, but it would be able to interrogate the back end and pull up the kind of data that people are looking at, but they just don't have to go to the website. They can just do it on WhatsApp.
Okay, interesting. Yeah, it definitely sounds interesting. I'm not sure if our team would go with it at the moment. The way the industry is, that's what Greg is saying, like we'd love the potential to be able to actually buy a nomination directly online. At the moment, we have a kind of a form that you fill out called a nomination application. And the reason why we do that is clients are quite keen to speak to a member of the sales team. And the reason being is they kind of have that human connection with them, and they can advise them, you know, whether the mating will work with their mare. And then often sometimes price can be negotiated. So while a stallion might be advertised at a certain price, if you come to Coolmore and you have 5 mares and you're sending it, you know, 2 to one stallion, maybe 3 to another, you'll be looked after. And if you're a long-term client and you know you're a good payer, and all these things kind of come in and they're factored in. So at the moment our clients are still quite keen to speak to a member of the sales team, so we're trying to like direct them to that member of the sales team. But the way the world is going, we're definitely keen to look at all these options. But just to give you a little bit of background on how it works at the moment.
No, absolutely. I'm sure it's a very high value sale. So, you know, you want to talk to somebody, you know, but they might start that conversation off in one of the social channels and then escalate to an actual real conversation.
Yeah.
No, that's really interesting. Yeah.
Thanks, John.
We've just recently set up a WhatsApp channel as well, just so you guys are aware too.
Yeah.
Cool.
Yeah.
Okay, we'll see Alan Henley may have a question there. Alan, do you want to come in? Calling Alan Henley. Okay, Alan, I will check with you again. Oliver Burke, is Oliver there?
Yeah. Hey guys.
Hi, Oliver.
Oliver.
How you doing? I just had a few quick questions in relation to, I guess, what goes through the website at the moment. So, for example, how much of your business actually goes through the website? Or let's say, I know you have other channels like WhatsApp. So what percentage of your leads would come through the website?
It's quite difficult to determine, Oliver. Again, it's kind of that channel of them calling the sales team. So, you know, while they might kind of research a stallion online, they might not call the sales team that day. It's quite difficult to determine at the moment, but that is an area that we kind of want to develop on. And that's kind of through that CRM system linking up with the website. And I suppose down the line, we probably are thinking of looking at a little bit of tailored marketing as well. So at the moment, we don't really have those figures at the moment.
Okay.
Yeah, I would say nearly every sale is over the phone.
Okay. And do you think a lot of them would be at least looking through the website before they call you? I'm guessing probably, given the sales cycle's quite long.
I would say so. I'd say they do a bit of research there on the website. If you go to a particular stallion that you want to use, we have all the facilities there for you to take a look at. So, you know, their pedigree would be important, their race record, and then we also have on their website page some nicking tools. The sales team would get a notification for that. We also have linked our nomination application form to some of our email marketing too, and that proved popular enough. But again, kind of picking up the phone seems to still be the preference for most clients. And also just kind of most clients would have a member of the sales team that they deal with. So a lot of it is repeat custom. So the phone still is the main source.
Okay, sure. And kind of related to that, what would be the main sources of people actually reaching out to you? So in terms of like, are they driven by social media, SEO? I know you mentioned that in your brief. Or is it just like you say, where it's like a referral and people know you guys already, existing customers?
Yeah, it's the last option there. But like, again, we'd love for it to start pushing towards SEO and even be placed, you know, well placed for that to be a possibility. But a lot of it is word of mouth and phone and, you know, meeting in person, be it at the sales or the racetrack. And like our sales guys are, you know, they're rarely sitting in their office, and that's just the way the industry has been going. But, you know, 10 years ago, everyone else said you'd never sell a car online or something like that. You know, it is evolving and it will evolve, but we'd love to continue to be at the forefront of the change.
That makes sense. So I guess at the moment, part of the priority is probably just making the website useful for those people that are coming back, but then also opening up new avenues like the SEO and converting people from socials too.
Yeah.
Okay, sounds good. Yeah, that was everything I was wondering. So thanks for answering.
Thanks, Oliver.
Thanks, Oliver.
I think Alan may have dropped off, but you're back on again. I hope, Alan, are you?
Yeah, sorry, I have microphone issues. Can you hear me okay now?
Yeah, we can hear you
Hi,
fine.
Alan.
Very good. Yeah, sorry about that. So yeah, Alan Henley here from Granite. I would have been a jockey only for I'm too tall, so I'm stuck in the digital world. I just wanted to check on the two quick things from a technical point of view. The CMS itself, is it the same platform as the CRM, or is there a different platform for the existing CMS?
It's a different CMS. We're currently using Craft.
Craft. Okay.
Mhm.
Yeah. And are you open to change on that, or are you looking to stick
100%, yeah. We would change it.
for it would change? Okay. Yeah,
Yes.
understood.
Yeah.
And is there any element of localization required for the site, or would it just be similar today that it's all in English and there's individual pages, but it's all English as such?
There'd definitely be room for that. We have a lot of French and German clients.
Mm-hmm.
And also
Yeah.
there's quite a big market for resale of racehorses to Hong Kong and the Asian market. So we would definitely be up for looking at that.
Yeah, Hong Kong,
Yeah.
Hong Kong, Saudi, Japan.
Okay. Very good. Yeah, no, that's great. It's an interesting project.
Very good, Alan.
Great
Thanks.
question, Alan.
Yeah.
Thank you.
I don't. Oh, we see you, Ronan. Yeah, you jumped in there. Do you want to go ahead, please?
Hi, Ronan Morris from Takeda Digital. I just wanted to ask, thanks for the presentation. I just wanted to ask a little bit more about the CRM. So can I just ask the status, is it in use at the moment, or it's about to be in use?
So it is currently in use, Ronan. It's that RDEX system, but the tech team are looking at building kind of I don't know if it would necessarily be a new CRM system, but we want a system that works that services all areas. At the moment, like it services billing well, it services the farm management side of things, but in terms of the website and gathering customer data for marketing purposes, it doesn't.
And is all the data in that CRM, that's all your own data? There isn't kind of industry data that gets fed into that, is there? There isn't sort of like say with the Irish Cattle Breeders Federation, where there's kind of shared data. There's no similar.
As far as I'm aware, no. Neil unfortunately couldn't make our call today. He'd know a lot more about this now, but as far as I'm aware, there isn't.
That's all your own data. Okay, great. And are you aware of the capability of RDEX in terms of its ability to interact with websites? Like, is there API within RDEX? I can't see anything on their site that suggests there is, but I'm sure that they probably have some capability in that space.
Again,
unfortunately, that's one we can pick up later. Yeah.
I would have thought there was capabilities for API run. Yeah,
you would think.
Yeah.
It would be unlikely that a CRM in this day and age wouldn't have some capability in that space.
Yeah. I could be wrong with this. My initial thinkings were maybe with our kind of data overhaul that the RDEX stuff would be integrated through API, and then we would build around it. I could be completely wrong with that, but that would be kind of the fact that they have all the data and it works and it's good. I would have thought maybe there'd be an API integration through RDEX into our system, and then we build further around that. But again, that's I wouldn't take that down.
Yeah, I think it very needs sort of a two-way integration with it. That data can be sent into it from the website and back from RDEX back to the website as well. So yeah, okay, that's answered my questions. Thanks very much, guys.
Thanks, Ronan. I see a question in the chat there from, I think that may be Anna Brown, is it?
Morning, Eugene, it is.
Hi, yeah. Anna, how are you?
Hi, how are you guys? Morning, everyone. I'm just wondering, is there a hierarchy of asks? There's a huge amount of information here, which is all very interesting. And I'm just wondering, is there a split between you know, phase one, we really need to get, for example, the customer portal up and running. That's a deal breaker, and maybe other items are nice to haves, or is there any of that kind of split at the moment?
Right now, that's a very difficult question to answer, because it could change after lunch, and then tomorrow morning could be different again. This is definitely so we have written down content requirements / wish list, which is kind of contrasting, but they would all be a wish list, really. We've given everything. If in the perfect world what we could get, you know, it could get to the stage where from the top down there, like we don't want a My Coolmore interface where people have a login. It could easily get to that stage by tomorrow. So it's quite difficult for us to put stuff in plan. So we, like, you know, hypothetically, this is in a perfect world what everything would look like, but there is the potential for the top down to say, actually, you know, we don't want to have a portal anymore. So
what
in terms of your
change of decision?
Sorry,
what drives that decision?
The not being smart, the owners.
Okay, yeah, fine.
Yeah, not being smart at all. You know, it's just
they may decide that's too much information to share. We're not comfortable with sharing that, whatever that might be.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, and that, again, that could change every hour.
I think, to answer your question though, Anna, as well, I think the demand across the board from everyone and the owners in the top down is a more elite website. So more, you know, user friendly, more kind of with the times. There's a lot more focus on video now, you know, all those kind of things. So while My Coolmore would probably be one of the most important features if it is given the go ahead to service our clients, we need to push on with a new website regardless, and we need to update it to be more current and more user friendly, and especially for kind of mobile devices. It needs a fresh look, so that is definitely a demand from everyone.
Yeah, another point that I probably didn't explain at the start even was, like, even down to something like the Stallion tour, or like a virtual tour, with the drone footage and the bank of content we have, and the film that we have, you know, even a section where it was, you know, in the Stallion section where you could, you know, click view the stallions, and you were able to get some drone footage and 360 footage of the stallion standing outside being led up and down. Like, that is what people come to the Stallion Yard to see. And if they're able to see that online as well, and it is high quality video and it is top class, no one else in the industry has that. But we have all the footage, we have it all, but, you know, we don't know that, and we don't have the expertise to lay it out and present it properly on our website.
We do have the video sections, but they are quite kind of outdated, and you know, the design of them probably doesn't jump out at you.
True. Well, yeah, no, well, at least that gives much more clarity in terms of it's kind of the look and feel of the website, and then the other wish list requirements, as you say, they are subject to change, and that's understandable too. But very clear now the focus is, yeah, the look and feel of the website. Thank you.
Thanks, Anna. I don't see any more in the chat. Rachel, is there any hands up or?
At the moment.
Yeah, okay, we might stop sharing there,
Yep.
Greg, please. Yeah. And I suppose what we want to do then is to look at a time to have the submissions in by, and we're looking at 2 weeks, I think, is what we spoke about. Is that 2nd of August, Rachel? Were you?
Yeah, Friday, 2nd of August.
Okay, well, look, if there's no more questions, I think we'd like to thank Greg and Serena for wonderful information, and thank you for your questions. So yeah, we leave it at that, and we look forward to receiving your submissions. Thanks very much, everybody.
Thank you.
Thanks, guys.
Thank you, everybody.